Hey, what's up guys? We're back again with a new skillful miner poison deck that allows you to surpass any opponent. In the CRL World Finals where professional players played for $1.3 million, this is one of the top performing decks. And it's currently played by the ranked 6th player in the world. With an average elixir cost of 2.8 elixir, this cheap cycle allows you to spam mortars to rush the evolution and finish off games fast by cycling multiple miner poisons. Most miner poison decks are forced around ground defensive cards like Valkyrie, Knight, or Mighty Miner. But since the Little Prince has a Guardian built in with the ability, it allows you to run Ice Spirit for an even faster cycle. If things ever get sketchy, you can simply pop the Little Prince ability and then you'll be safe. Basically, you'll have a Knight in your deck without having to use a card slot, making this one of the most efficient and adaptable cycle decks in the game. It's time to galvanize our goblins and attack with minor poisons to get direct damage and assert dominance. Lots of love to everyone that's supporting the channel with creator code SirTag. Hey, this guy's got Wizard in the banner. There's no way he's running Wizard. I refuse to believe that anyone near Ultimate Champion plays that card. We're going to go in for our mortar here at the start, and we see a Night Witch. So it's going to be either a Golem deck or it's going to be an Elixir Golem deck. It has to be one or the other, my brother. Okay, so with Elixir Golem, we just want to poison this as quickly as we can because it will be able to finish off the Night Witch within the poison. And then I think we're in a good spot because we can go Goblins afterward. Beautiful! Everything is comfortably cleaned up by that Little Prince plus poison. So maybe we can go in for a mortar here as well. If we get the miner tanking for our Little Prince, we don't have to drop the ability immediately. And we can potentially pile on pressure. Yo, this is so good! The Guardian protected the Little Prince, went in front of our entire onslaught of aggression, forces out the arrows, and this guy's entire tower is crumbled after 50 seconds of a match. Isn't that insane? Elixir Golem defense should be easy for the rest of the game. I'm just going to make sure that I set up a poison and a mortar and a Little Prince, and he'll never break through. Yo, this guy's setting up a massive push right now. Usually, I hate dropping my mortar on defense when it's evolved because you don't want to waste it. But against Elixir Golem, when your entire mission is tower defense mode, it works out pretty well. I'm going to go for an Ice Spirit here, so the Electro Dragon's going to get stunned. Usually, Electro Dragon is the master of stun, but he's not having any fun today. He's going to get lost in the sauce, he's going to die to the poison plus minions, and that was an easy and comfortable cleanup. As you guys can see, as long as you use your mortar in the correct spot, pull the Elixir Golem, you're going to be fine. Even without the Little Prince on defense, that was an easy cleanup. And now he's going to go for more Elixir Golems at the river. This guy's crazy. He's wildin'. So as you guys can see, poison plus log is the best way of shutting down the Night Witch. We don't want to give him anything to latch onto because then he'll start healing up the Night Witch. And then obviously the poison plus log won't be able to kill it then. So if you poison plus log, the Night Witch dies, you hit other units with the poison as well, you are consistently going to get value. With a Little Prince in the middle, secure an easy win, and we'll bounce on the next one. This guy is just giving up and doesn't want to even test fate trying to defend us. It's always a good day when you make Elixir Golems pay and 3-crown them. We took payment in the form of his entire kingdom. Yo, this guy is flexing all the 20 wins in his banner. So he's pretty good at Clash Royale. Let's go and see if we can beat him. I'm going to drop Goblins at the start and drop a good luck, and the guy's going to have Zappies. Maybe we're playing against another Royal Recruits player. We just beat one of them, so it'd be interesting to play against 2 of them in a row. Let's poison on the Zappies and see what this guy's going to do. Goblin Giant. Okay, it's not Royal Recruits. Or maybe it's Goblin Giant plus Royal Recruits. Goblin Giant is one of the dirtiest cards in the game, and it was fortunate that we were able to bounce back the Goblin Giant that far away from our precious Little Prince, prioritizing our defense and enabling us to get counter push. That worked out way better than I thought. I thought the Little Prince was a goner, but his Little Prince died. How did that work? What a twisted fairy tale for us. Trainer Tristan, you have to go and train your Little Prince a little bit better. Ours is adequated for warfare. I don't know. It's adapted and it's acquainted to all of the possible plays of Goblin Giant, apparently. Okay, so if you didn't know, log plus a mortar shot fully finishes off all the Zappies. So if we could just get one mortar shot. Of course we don't. That would have been so easy if we were able to defend with one mortar shot. Life is not meant to be that way. It's supposed to be a total challenge. This Ice Spirit is going to be a bit of an adventure to drop because we might have needed that against the Goblin Giant. So if I go click the Little Prince ability and it gets deleted by a Mini P.E.K.K.A, you guys already know I'm probably going to lose the game. But he's going to go Mini P.E.K.K.A anyway. So let's click the ability here and see what we can make happen. The fact that I am going to lose my Little Prince does not make me feel good. And I don't know if I can defend. Actually, I know I can't. So instead of trying to defend, let's go for our minions here and then go for a log afterward. And maybe we don't lose the game to the Mini P.E.K.K.A. I don't know. I have zero hopes for this. But I guess we weren't hopeless. We dig our way out of that situation, down 1,000 health on the left-hand side. Actually, I can't do math. 1,100 health. Not good. Not looking bueno for us. If we go for a mortar, that might be okay. We don't have our login cycle, so we have no way. Ooh, that's awful for us then. Yeah, let's just go for our mortar and Little Prince and possibly a poison later stage of the game. Right now, I'm not feeling the poison. I'm going to go for our Little Prince on the side that he's done all of his damage. Then we can go for goblins and maybe just minions. I think that's going to be our best bet. Let's go for goblins so then he doesn't finesse us with a fisherman. And then we go in for our minions. That was possibly the best defense we could have hoped for. It's still not going to be good enough, though. We got to go in for a mortar so we can go pull the goblin giant. And then somehow shut down these annoying offenses with a mini P.E.K.K.A. Wait, we have more goblins on our defensive end because of the defensive mortar. Wait, that worked out so much better than I thought it would. That's cool. We might be able to kill the Little Prince, too. I'm not 100% guaranteeing anything right now, and I'm not going to go fully aggressive, but it's looking good. Because now we can start to poison on the non-evolved royal recruits. I was going to say guards for a second. I don't want to will evolve guards into existence because I feel like another card charging at me would be scary. So I'm going to go for a Little Prince here, and then we can maybe finish off a Goblin Giant if he decides to do that. Otherwise, I'm just going to go for a Miner directly into a mini P.E.K.K.A. Awesome for us. That's so cool. That's really exactly what we wanted, obviously. He's trying to pull our Little Prince every time, and he's missing. We're protecting with the Goblins. 100% distraction rate. Let's go click our Little Prince ability, and then we can go in for an Ice Spear on top of the recruits on the right-hand side because they're going to start charging any second. He's going to fire a ball, but he doesn't hit what he wants. You really want to hit everything. He didn't get to hit the Little Prince plus the Guardian. All right, so let's go for minions, and then we can unleash the Mortar Evolution. Because I know that a log plus mortar shot finishes off Zappies, I really want to show you guys this. For once in my life, can we get a good interaction here? Yes, we do. Awesome. And then, because we've got goblins coming at our opponent, the miner's going to be tanking, and that might be able to win us the game. Please, one more shot. Please! Yes, sir! Walking away against Goblin Giant with our goblins coming out of the mortar. It's such a fitting end for our foe. I hate Goblin Giant. Imagine being a 6-cost overpowered Shrek and still getting slapped by a free goblin coming from a mortar. Yo, this guy's got Love and CR in the name. You know what? I love the game too, so I'm right there with you. However, I wouldn't name myself that. I would try to name myself something more unique. Definitely not Tag. We got to add the Sir to add a little bit more sophistication to our name. So we're going to go in for a miner here on the right-hand side because we have the Little Prince counter pushing. I think I want to go in for the ability, but not just yet. Wait, can we lock? How did that lock onto the tower through the bats? That literally makes no sense. Wait, if we log, we can kill the bats with the poison as well and then completely kill the golem. That Night Witch isn't going to spawn any bats outside, right? Oh, one of the bats. That's fine. We can go Ice Spear and then goblins, kill everything. I believe that those minions are going to stay alive. Oh, wait, what? That worked out in the worst way possible for us. We should be able to kill the guard, but this is looking really bad. I'm not a huge fan of what just happened there. I totally thought that we were chilling, but I guess not. Man, how did this game come from like one of the best possible situations where we break through a bat and lock onto the tower with Little Prince, and then we lose our tower in one push? Doesn't make sense to me, but we'll take what we can get. I'm going to go in for a Little Prince ability so then we can knock back maybe a mini P.E.K.K.A. or something from our opponent. We can always go in for an Ice Spear to reset his Inferno Dragon and then go Goblins afterward. So the Inferno Dragon stays locked onto uncomfortable, horrible things. It does not want to lock onto Goblins, trust me. Wait, are we going to 3-crown with our Little Prince? I genuinely don't think that this guy understands that the Little Prince will put enough pressure to 3-crown him possibly. Like, he has to respond to that. But he's a Golem player, so he doesn't know to. It's not in his DNA to defend. So let's see if we can stop this. He's saying good luck. He thinks he's won the game already, which is not even close to happening, man. We're in a decent spot if we can log in poison, and then we can go goblins afterward. But this time I'm not going to be super stupid. I will be able to finish off the golem by dropping our goblins here, plus Ice Spirit. And then I don't have login cycle, which is actually pretty bad. He's going to go zap. Maybe we do get 3-crown by this. Man, I don't know. I'm wondering what happens here. He poisons. It's a lot of elixir spent. You know what? Let's try to 3-crown him ourselves. I'm going to go for Little Prince on the guards, and then I think I can go for an aggressive mortar here. This is really ridiculous to do most times, but in this specific moment, I think it's okay to go goblins and then go guards, counter with that, and then poison, and then Ice Spirit. So I don't think I'm in a great spot. He's saying well played. He obviously thinks he's won the game. But if I go for a miner here and then I go Little Prince, I think I could make something happen still. So I don't think I'm in a great spot, but I think I could make something happen still. Let's do this. The Little Prince. Let's pull back everything, go click the ability, and try to rampage with our Guardian directly on the 3-crown. There's a chance that works. We just need a couple slashes. Dude, he said good game. He thought he beat me. And he ended up getting 3 crowned by minor poison. We got to hit him up with a 20-win emote because that was just disrespectful on his end. I'm glad we were able to clap back. There's no better feeling than beating dirty BMers. When we threw the Guardian at his tower, we made him throw the game. Hey, what's up, Eduardo? I really wanted to say Eduardo. I don't know why. I think I've just seen that name a few times. But this guy is different. He's Eduardo. We're going to go for an Ice Spirit, and he's going to go in for archers in the back. So I would like to see some type of Goblin Giant bridge spam directly into my Little Prince, but he's going to go Bowler in the back instead. Bully. Let's minions here on the right-hand side and then get ready to go in for a mortar. It's a little bit aggressive of a play, but I want to do that today. I don't have the elixir for the ability of the Little Prince just yet, but I should be able to knock back the Bowler and potentially preserve our Little Prince. We'll have to wait and see. Yo, the minions are coming down from our opponent's side, interestingly enough. I thought I was one of the few, the proud, the marvelous minion masters. But I guess this guy is a bit different. He is also running minions with Bowler and likely a Goblin Giant deck. But pristine Goblin surround, and we finish off the Bowler. So no strikes on our tower today, my dude. I wonder if he's going to go Goblin Giant. We do have Mortar, and we also can cycle to our Little Prince by dropping an Ice Spirit. So in either situation, after seeing archers cycle in the back when we're at 5 elixir, we know we're down a ton of elixir. So I have to figure out a way to defend if he's going to spam me. Oh, he's going to waste a lot of elixir dropping a rage. That's fine. I'll take that. I appreciate you deciding to waste some elixir here, my dude. Oh, we can miner? Because I think the fisherman's going to go and pull the Little Prince closer to the tower. And then we can click the ability near his tower. And then we can go for a poison. This is one of my favorite plays in Clash Royale. Yeeting the Guardian closer to the tower and using our opponent's fisherman to our advantage. So that Guardian and slashing that tower's health down and putting us in a phenomenal position. We can go for goblins here. And there's the Goblin Giant. We summoned the Goblin Giant with our goblins. It worked out. The summoning circle of the 4 goblins. Okay, we know that this guy is fed up with our offense, and he's ready to feast on our tower if we mess up. So I need to go for a mortar here and get ready for a defense. A little bit sketchy, but I think we can make this happen if I play it perfect. So the strategy for us is just go Little Prince and Ice Spirit, and then just kind of ignore the other side. I'm not allowed to defend against that Evolved Archer, or we are 100% screwed. We're going to log on the Spear Goblins to finish them off. Oh, I missed one. Well, I guess our other tower helped out. We're fine. It's all calculated all the time. Goblin Giant isn't overpowered, everyone says. And then they look at this game with Evolved Archers, and then they're scared. So I'm going to go in for a defensive Evolved Mortar. Usually, I hate doing this because it's one of the best cards on offense. But I feel like when I'm playing against someone like this, I am faced with no other possibility to defend. So we're going to showcase the Evolved Mortar. We're going to go in for our Little Prince. He'll probably Fireball on all this. We should be fine. I've got goblins, and then I can use the Mortar Evolution plus the Ice Spirit, and then go in for a Mortar afterward. I think we're okay. Barely. We're going to find a way to cling on to life while we go in for a Miner plus the Mortar on the right. I don't think that this guy's going to be able to fully stop us. Just need 1 mortar shot. That's all I need. I have simple needs out here. 1 mortar shot. Please. Please just target the tower. It's not happening. Now we got to viciously go and spam him on the left-hand side. Gonna have to go and defend with everything that we got. We got to go in for like minions to stop the Goblin Giant. So the Goblin Giant's locking on the minions, and the Miner snags the tower in the last second. Let's go. We were still able to defeat a dirty Goblin Giant player with Evolved Archers, running some of the strongest cards in the game. Yes, it gets extraordinarily sketchy when a Goblin Giant is raged up, coming at you full blast, with the archers ready to power down your defense. Evolved Archers sniping everything from a distance is a massive nightmare for most decks. In a lot of situations, I'll actually miner on top of them to snipe them first, but unfortunately we weren't able to do that in this match. Still glad to snag the W, and it's time to dig our way on to the next game. Yo, we got a game against Aqua, and we're ready to flow through with an insufferable amount of spam. Immediately gonna mortar this man because I think with the evolution, sometimes people aren't necessarily prepared for the regular one, and they'll get you damage for free, and then you're like, yeah, I didn't even expect that to give value, and then it does. Okay, we kill the Spear Goblin, so I don't take any damage to the left-hand side, and I don't take any damage to the right because of our goblins. Yo, don't steal my strategy, man. Chill. So we're gonna go Ice Spirit. It's gonna miss the Ice Spirit, and then we're gonna go for Little Prince, and it's gonna be our priority to finish off this Firecracker. But I don't necessarily idealize the fact that I have to go in for a Miner on defense to activate King Tower, and then I can go in for like a log afterward, I guess, on the Skeleton Barrel. Overall, not a great trade for us because we're taking damage from the Skeleton Barrel connecting to our tower and dealing death damage. But at the same time, I think that if we go for a Mortar here, it should pull both wall breakers and connect to the right-hand tower. A lot of people don't know that. But Mortar is going to be able to go and pull pretty far against wall breakers, against Ram Rider, and then also against a Battle Ram. So it's nice to be able to go opposite lane and still pull all 3 of those cards. if you're able to with the mortar or any defensive structure that you have. Let's go click the ability here to force out some extra elixir. We'll see what he's going to drop. Oh, nice! Guardian stays on top. Maybe we can get some extra value with the miner tanking for the firecracker, possibly? Oh, this is working so much better than I thought. Because the miner's going to lock him in the tower, enabling us even more damage. And then the firecracker's going in the wrong side for our opponent. Because he's going to have skeleton barrel with wall breakers, I don't necessarily know what we're matching into. Is this like some demented logbait deck with recruits? I think it's probably going to be the case. So we need to apply a lot of aggression before he goes recruits ever. Okay, maybe he doesn't have recruits because he's got knight. Interesting. Oh, easy log value, please. Let me take that. Please give me some damage with the mortar. I would love to get some extra value. Yes, it's locking onto the tower. And the goblin is stacked up. That is going to be so nice. That was clean. We cleaned house with some damage. We go Little Prince in the spot where the Guardian is going to be able to get dropped. Hopefully, I believe the Guardian's going to be able to get dropped. Okay, cool. I was going to say, if the Little Prince died, we were going to be a sad sir. Let's go, Guardian. Please give me more value. He's going to go Goblin Gang or Knight. Okay, he goes in for a Knight. I would say that that wouldn't be the right play for him. Should have Goblin Ganged and tested his luck. Go for Goblin Split, and then let's go for Minions here, and then expect him to Firecracker, make a prediction with a Miner. Okay, did we catch it? No, dang it. That would have been nice. That would have been so clean. All right, we can go Ice Spirit here for some chip damage. You guys might never hear that again. Ice Spirit chip damage is the new wave. That jumps onto the tower, he's actually going to straight up lose the game because he's at 500 HP. He can't afford to take anything at this point. Oh, the Knight's going to get too close. He has to go Goblin Gang now. He's definitely going to mortar on the left-hand side. Let's poison here just to guarantee that the mortar dies. Such an obnoxious card when it's evolved. So, you know, let's throw it back at our opponent and show him what's good. Let's show him what he should never have happen to himself. Even if that locks onto the tower, we're fine because we do have logs. So we are able to kill the Goblin here and clean up the Firecracker and then distract his Knight. Wait, this is hilarious. We can just poison Miner and log and win the game. GG and well played, bro. It was a pleasure taking your trophies and, you know, cruising up the leaderboard a little bit faster. Destroying a fellow Mortar Evolution friend. Hey, yo, we got a game against Flaming and hopefully... Oh, yo, he's a part of my clan. Shout out discord.gg/SirTag if you want to join my clan system. We're going to give him some love and see what's happening. And we're going to go for an Ice Spirit just because we want to cycle a least amount of elixir possible to get that Mortar Evolution. Unfortunately, he is not responding, so he's probably running a disgusting beatdown deck. I don't know what you're playing, but it's probably going to be Goblin Giant or something along the lines of that. So when we see a... Zappies, could it be Royal Recruits? It could be Royal Recruits. Anyway, I'm going to go in for a Miner away from the Recruits as much as I possibly can in front of the tower. Also, I am petrified of opponents running arrows with Royal Recruits. I'm going to drop my minions a little bit earlier and see if we can cook a bit. I don't think that we're going to be able to finish off all the recruits here because the Flying Machine is going to help our opponent out. But it's okay. There's no need to pout. We should be fine if we go in for a good Ice Spirit here against the Flying Machine. Okay, never mind. We got to go in for Mortar, and then we got to go Goblins, and then we have to cycle back to our Little Prince if we have any way of making our opponent pay. Still not good for us. Jeez. Does the Little Prince kill the Flying Machine? I think it does. Maybe I'm wrong. Do they both die? Okay, they both simultaneously die. But a Flying Machine into a Little Prince... The Flying Machine wins if they're fighting each other in the middle of the map. That's an interesting mechanic that I was unaware of. Maybe if my Little Prince was already targeting something else and it had an enhanced attack speed, it would be a different story. But if they're one-on-one, it's no fun for the Little Prince. We're going to go for a poison just to finish off those zappies. I don't have to respond to the right one unless the guy decides to go for recruits at the river, which might happen. I don't know. Okay, he's going to go Goblin Cage. So he's not mobbing right now. We're mobbing with the Goblins. Maybe we're going to be able to get those on the tower if we can go for a Miner. He doesn't have the right card cycle, but it's going to be hard to extract all of his small spells here. He's going to go for arrows, and then we can go in for a Little Prince. Remember, he's going to have Barbarrel and arrows, so this is not going to be a good time for our minions ever. I'm going to go click the Little Prince ability because we need to prioritize defending it. Oh, that was really satisfying. We just deleted those recruits off the map. Since we have the Guardian, why don't we just do this? Why don't we try to not fumble the bag and go in for the Little Prince plus the minions and also have our mortar protected for a bit? If we're somehow able to go and kill the Flying Machine with a poison, that would be humongous value. I think we can. We're forcing out a fireball from our opponent, and the mortar locks and loads onto the tower while the Miner is tanking. That is huge damage. And then the Goblin's like, Jake, how about a little bit more? Add a bit of a little flavor to the mix with that Goblin in our stew, and we are brewing up some damage. All right, we're going to go in for a mortar again, and then we can maybe go for minions on the right-hand side. Always want to click the ability whenever we can. Poison directly on the stuff in the middle, so then the Flying Machine isn't going to hurt our feelings. And then we can go in for a Miner here. I think all things considered, as long as the flying machine stays within the poison, we're in a good spot. 1, 2, 3, 4. Did you guys see that tower health for a split second? We are creating a masterpiece on the battlefield as we break his tower down to pieces. So I got to go minions here so we can force out his arrows as quickly as we possibly can. We'll see if he drops it. And when he does, we go goblins. And then we go Ice Spirit and Little Prince. You want to cycle your Little Prince as fast as you possibly can on the map when a lot of units are fighting, because you want its attack speed to start to get to the maximum percentile. You want its attack speed to be as fast as possible. So then it can get maximum damage and maximum value for you. The later you drop it, the longer it's going to take to ramp up to its max attack. Also, because we've got Minor Poison, we can just start to fling Minor Poisons at his tower since his tower's at like 700 HP, and there's no way for him to stop us now. Little Prince enables a 3-card cycle, so instead of cycling multiple Little Princes on the field, which simply isn't possible, you get back to Minor Poison faster, completely crushing your opponent's tower. With an average elixir cost of 2.8 elixir and a champion 3-card cycle, this deck's damage potential is unbelievable. And when you're trying to finish off games fast, there aren't many decks in Clash Royale that can keep up. Like, subscribe for more daily videos, and have an amazing rest of your day.